It's initial jobless claims day. And this is an important one. We see if the Fed has got a reason to cut or be more dovish in the next meeting. But I'm not too optimistic because these initial jobless claims, sorry, I'm trying to get my second monitor to work here. But these initial jobless claims have come in as steady the last couple of months. And it kind of looks like the data is fudged. Honestly, it doesn't look like real data. There we go. Got the screen. Let me pull up the window. Pull up the screen. Share screen. Got it. Let's go. Entire screen. There we go. Come on, share it. All right. So this could be big because this could send the market into another rally, continue the rally, and we need a rally right now. We need a rally because we've got some weakness in some of the stock charts and like the IWM, the small caps, and the small caps. What's supposed to do well at the in the second phase of bull runs. So let's see what these numbers come in as. See if we can't get some more catalyst for the market. But yeah, it should come in any minute now. They should be out. Let's reload. Where is it? Come on. Continuing jobless claims. Misses by, wait. What? Is that a miss? Yeah, it's higher. It's slightly higher. What are the other? And then the initial jobless claims, higher by 9,000. Last month revised down. Oh, that's slightly good. Let's see if the market's reacted to that. What did we get? A slight little bump in the pre-market. Yeah, so not much reaction. Would like to see, IWM is actually down this morning in pre-trading. So not great. We did see Ethereum pump last. Oh, Ethereum does not like that. Saw Ethereum pump last night. But on the 5-minute, it is not a fan. Sometimes these like reverse though. Sometimes you get an initial scare and then it starts to reverse. We've got nice little bullish trend here in the 5-minute. So maybe it'll come back. Ooh, SPY does not like that. S&P does not like that. The NASDAQ kind of liked it though. Let's see what Bitcoin's doing. Yeah, Bitcoin didn't like it either. We're all the way up to 71.5 this morning. Still trying to break out from that on that 73. It would be great to see a breakout in that 73. Kind of confirm this rally. We're still got the blue line on top of the orange line on Bitcoin. That's good. The only one we don't have the crossover still on is IWM, but this is not closed on the weekly. In the weekly, we really want to see it on the bigger timelines to keep this rally going. And some of the other big tech stocks like Nvidia's bumping. This is a Nvidia rally, which is crazy. I thought it would rotate by now, but we'll update that later. Let's see if we get a reversal on some of these cryptos. Not really. Still looking a little weak. All right, let's dive into it a little deeper. What could have been negative here? Non-farm productivity is down. That could be a little bearish. I mean, this number is not extremely bearish. But what you get towards the end of when you're looking at cut rates, when Fed rate cuts are in talks, is you actually get some bad news is good news. So the bad news that's good news is the news that directly affects the Fed cutting rates, and that is employment and inflation. And to be honest, we haven't seen bad enough inflation data yet. We haven't seen inflation dropping enough for Fed to cut rates. But let me pull up the chart on this just to show you how like suspicious this data looks. Initial, because you have people on, you've got some big economists saying that this data is just faked. Let's go to the weekly, because look at that. Actually, let's go to the monthly. I think it looks, you can see it more on the monthly. So you got the huge spike from COVID. That's an outlier. But if you look back previous times, like there's clear differences in the data, and it's just been so consistent since November 21. I mean, it hasn't moved more than, a couple tens of thousands, like 20,000. And you look in the past here. I mean, that's a, almost 100,000 swing there. But what you notice is going into recessions, going into 2021 tech recession, you see a pretty big move there. It's like 80%. That's massive. Here you see 112% increase in jobless claims, and here you just don't see much movement. What have we got? I mean, that's kind of a good news, right? It means the recession is not here yet. If you notice, like the stock market crashed in the fall here, and it took a while for employment. This is more of a coincident / lagging indicator. So it is good news. You see it is ticking up back to its kind of previous highs here from July 23. Let's see if we can get some more detail on the data. Look at it. Initial jobless claims, U.S. report. Actually, let's do initial jobs claims. We won't look at continuing. So where's this data at? They should have a PDF that we can look through, see where the jobless claims are coming from, like what industries. And I don't know where it's at. There we go. Is this it? Oh, it's just another reporting site. All right, let's see if we can get some more info on it though. Missed consensus. Last was revised up by 9,000. That's probably one of the biggest misses in the last couple of months. Nope. May 9th was bigger. Yeah, so this might not move the markets very much. Let's see if we get any more reaction. Looks like we're kind of muted here on the reaction from those reports. I thought if we had a good miss, we might see some good movement. Actually, the indices are down a little bit, not too much, except for small caps. So, oh well. All right, let's see what else we got to look over. Morning, CD. How you doing this morning, man? How you doing? All right. One thing I want to look at is we got some info from OpenGPU on the, let's see if I can find it, on the new token standard. So they did release a coin to test it, but I want to look at the functions on it. So they've got, so it looks like when you declare this, when you create this token standard, you've got Name, symbols, decimals, supply, description, logo. Is that a URL? Project, a GIF. So you can put a GIF in and a URL. And these are all dynamic, which means you can change them over time. Constructor. Does that mean is that the call for changing the? It might be. That's the metadata. Cool. Anyway, thought it was cool that they put this out. See if we can read anything in the functions. Generate metadata. There it is. So you got your socials function, your description, logo, calls. Yeah, looks pretty simple. Anyway, that's cool. I don't know. I don't see anywhere where you get approval from the DAO in here. Well, that's what I'm interested in, what it looks like to create the token. Anyway, we'll learn more. Not a ton of information there, but hey, thanks for making this stream, CD. When that guy is releasing the FUD, proving it's a scam on. Oh, I don't know. He said he was going to do it in 24 hours, and then he pushed it out to a week. He's not very consistent in his plan. We'll see. I'm still invested in it. Before I saw that, I looked at I did take out a little bit of my initial investment just because I was looking at the RSIs and it was so overbought on every time frame. Kind of saw it coming. But the founder did refute most of the claims on that that he put out, and I just don't get all excited about the whole like, oh, you copied a UI. Like, who cares? It makes it faster to develop. And usually developers aren't great at UI stuff. If they're like hardcore blockchain developers, I mean, why would you be concerned with UI? Just get that stuff out. And they just use some open source code with it. So that's not a smoking gun to me. We'll see what he has to say. But also, he created an account with 30 was no posts other than GPU. So he says he's got a lot, but we'll see what he has. I still think as long as, and he can crap on the project as much as he wants, but until he really, if the project keeps executing, I don't think people should care what people have to say. I mean, you look at same thing with what's it called? Like Hendra, there's these other big projects, DeFi projects that are getting called scams and stuff. But you always get FUD. And one of my favorite ones, Artblock, actually got a lot of hate. Artblock got tons of hate back in the day, and he just kept executing, and the project's obviously doing really well. They're up to like $4. So, yeah. Really, you can say whatever you want about a project, but as long as the project keeps executing, that's all that matters. That's all I care about. And you see as long as we hold this candle, we don't want this to engulf the entire candle over here on our GPU on the weekly. So if we close out the end of the week and we're still up on that, I think we look good. Plus, we got a nice tail here, and that's bullish. And the RSIs are starting to look a little better too. This daily RSI is what I'm watching. We're bottoming out here, getting oversold. I also like all these candles on the daily. Like the weekly overrides this, but all these big wicks show that there's a lot of people who believe in the project. And we've got some big whales who are looking into the project. Another YouTube video is made about OpenGPU. So it's got a lot of good catalysts, and I'm not super concerned. I'd be surprised if the guy brings some evidence that takes this project. So that's where I'm at. You bought ABT at 21 cents. Congrats, man. I definitely got in higher than that. Yeah, I looked at Selframe yesterday. Oh, so that's their quantum computer resistant blockchain. I got you. because their marketing is all quantum computer stuff. I didn't find their main selling point when I was looking at it on the live stream yesterday. Let's look at it again. And I'm planning to look at this one a little more deeply. Got to prove I'm human. They did migrate, which isn't a great sign, but they look pretty professional. So I would give them the benefit of the doubt. Oh no, is this a new one? I don't think this is the one. This isn't the one I looked at yesterday. Okay. Yeah. Let's look at their price action. This one's different. Am I human? I'm not human. So this thing's been around. Been around since March. They migrated. Oh, that's just the migration. Okay. Oh, come on. I didn't mean to do that. Let's look. So their main selling point is that it could be a good one for the long term. And how do they test that? I'm curious. How do they know that it's not, hackable by quantum computers? Where are they from? Do you know where they're from, CD? Cellframe is a service-oriented blockchain network. Builds very close to hardware to provide efficiency of use on any machine, from supercomputer to smart fridge. Smart fridge. So they just have better hashing? Like, is it? So they say it's light. Basically, they're saying it's lightweight on the computing side, but it's got better encryption. Including quantum without using migration. 90% service-oriented architecture makes easier to build second-level protocols, dedicated services. Built-in payment systems. Well, that's interesting. They got a built-in payment system. Private shards. And they have an enterprise system too. Okay. Yeah. I mean, if they've been able to, they don't have much history on price action, but if they're able to, if they're able to make a blockchain that's not hackable by quantum computers, that's definitely a good service. The only thing is that I don't think there's a market need right now because quantum computers aren't. We do have longer. So, yeah, I think if you're getting in here now, I think you could see it's having trouble breaking this top here. Looks like we've topped out here twice, but I could see it doing pretty well. I mean, that's still a 3x if we get back up to 60, and you could definitely do more than 60 million on market cap with the next bull run. So I really like the technology. Yeah, nice. I think that's a good move, man. I think that's a good move. I probably wouldn't hold too much of this, but I think it's fun play. That's just initially looking at it. Do you know where the founders are from? I'm curious. Here's our roadmap for the summer. So they've got internal code audit, external code audit, two-way bridge mode. Oh, they got bridge coming. And CF20 integration on CEX. Is that what's CF20? Is that some sort of like token standard? I don't know what that is. So it would basically be like If this is I'm assuming it's not layer one, huh? No, it should be a layer one, right? No, old BSC contract to a new one. See, that's confusing. Is it layer one? Because really, like, you'd want to do layer one if you're, huh? I would think it'd be a layer one if you're trying to make a blockchain that's not hackable by quantum computers. So CF20, okay, so they do have a layer. So that's their like proprietary, whatever, not proprietary, but that's their technology, right? Is there CF20? Maybe it's in their FAQs. There it is. CF20 is a format standard interchangeable tokens developed by us for Selframe. Okay. So they should have a layer one because you're not going to build that on top of Ethereum, I wouldn't think. Yeah, it looks like some cool tech. Yeah, I like it. I think it would be more. It's gonna be more beneficial when quantum computers are a little more accessible and people start hacking. Right? If that threat ever becomes a bigger threat than a threat that people are actually worried about. As soon as people get worried about it, it doesn't even have to be actually like. You don't even have to have like a bunch of quantum computers, but if there are people who are doing malicious attacks with quantum computers, or there are enough of them for on the internet for people to do malicious attacks, and anything threat is there, then Selframe would just explode, absolutely explode. So I'm definitely putting this on the list, and they are on a bunch of exchanges. That's cool. Cool. Fear sells indeed. Yeah, let's see what the markets are doing. Yeah, still bleeding off of that those initial jobless claims, which blows me away because I thought we'd see the opposite. So keep an eye on it throughout the day. Oh boy. So the 2-year, maybe I'll make a chart of this at some point, but the 2-year yield or 2-year treasury bond, that's a big move on the 2-year treasury. We'll see if that holds into the market open and throughout the day. But when you see 2-year treasury bonds start to tank, that's when the Fed starts to cut, and they more or less move with that 2-year treasury note. And this is the price of 2-year treasury notes. Well, it's an ETF, but as the price moves up, the yields move down because it's the inverse. So like the actual percentage yields move down, and that's huge. That's wild. That's a big move. Usually you see that thing moving like 0.4, in a stable market. And yeah, we'll have to. What's up, Tian? Hey, updates on OGPU. They released, kind of the token standard. They made it ORC20 token, and on the DevNet. That's the only real update I've got. I mean, if you got any questions, I'm happy to answer. Other than that, the only other thing I said earlier was that all projects receive FUD, especially as they grow bigger, and as long as the team continues to execute, I don't think it. Unless there's like a smoking gun that's absolutely crazy, I think it doesn't really matter how much FUD is occurring. Like very few of his accusations would or things he says he has would actually cause me to get out of the project if the project's executing and putting out new products, continue to develop on their plan. So that's at the end of the day. Like let's just for fun, let's look at ArcBlock's scam. Let's search it. So this Stewie guy, he comes up as somebody who said ArcBlock's scam. Pepper here says ArtBlog is a scam. Like all the other alts, they simply embrace this fact. And I mean, this is funny to me because this project's got like, and it shows you why it's so easy to FUD on somebody who's a team that's not doxxed. But you got Robert Mao here, who's developed quite an impressive product that you can go in and actually use his product. That thing's pretty much fully developed. So to call ArtBlog scams a little bit of a stretch, in my opinion. That is a tough case. So just to show you that this kind of stuff's common for successful products. And one of the things that also makes it tougher is like you gotta think like big companies. This doesn't happen to big companies because there's defamation law. So if you're like a business and someone talks trash on your company and they don't have actual like evidence to back it up, you can't you'll get sued. Like you can't do that. So the problem with like blockchain projects, crypto projects is nobody goes after people calling different projects a scam with baseless claims. You actually have to show like documentation to back it up, and even then to be able to prove that it's a complete scam is tough. Like it's really tough. Then it's on you, whoever, if you're the person that called a project like a business a scam, it's on you to show absolute proof that it's a complete scam. If there's any doubt that it's a scam, then you could be kind of right and still get sued and lose the lawsuit. So that's where I'm at. I mean, do your own research and only invest if you're comfortable with it. But time will tell. And crypto's risky. Micro projects like micro caps are super risky, and but they're also have the potential to have a lot of upside. And that's why I'm taking that risk. So anyway, that's where I'm at. All right, what else do we want to look at today? There's some fun stuff to look at. We looked at stock market. One other thing that I want you guys to know is that I was looking back through data as we get I think this summer or early fall is going to be kind of when we start to see the Fed drop rates. And when we get to that point, we start to see increased volatility in the markets. So it makes it a little tougher to, hold conviction. And this will bleed over to crypto too. But you see this in increased volatility, which means big price swings, right? As the market starts to top here, let me zoom in on some of these. So just be prepared mentally for this kind of stuff to happen. We didn't see it as much in 2008. We saw, a big drop and then a bounce. I mean, that's a big day. That's a 3% down day. We saw a little bit leading up here. That's on 2021. That's a 2% day, 4% day. And then a rally is a 2% day, and you just see these wild rallies. So as we start to see increased volatility, that's another sign that the market's kind of starting to roll over. But be prepared for that. And that'd be kind of showing you we're at kind of a top. So, but we saw like a 0.7%. Or 70% basis point day there. So I think we've got some continued strength. We've got a nice wick here in the last couple of days, which tells me we're probably moving higher. And then a couple nice downside wicks here on the S&P, which tells me markets are overall moving higher. And we'll keep an eye on that as we watch 2-year bonds. Just see, now we're back down to 0. So we're gonna have to see what happens to the bonds, to the yields when we open up here on the market to really know what's going on. But it's an important indicator. All right. Where are you watching from, TN? Did you tell me where you're from? I think you've been on here before. All right. What else we got? We got some more exciting stuff. Tier 1 exchange listing processes. So someone asked about like what it takes to get listed on a Tier 1 yesterday. I thought it'd be good to look at one. Let's pull up. I found CEX.io, which is smaller. It's a smaller chain. Or sorry, a smaller CEX. I like calling them CEX. So this is the form. It's kind of rudimentary, but I'd assume these would be very similar between centralized exchanges. So basically, you have to provide your information, your name, position of the company. CCD, nice to be here, man. Oh, you don't have sound? Huh. Hey, can you guys hear me now? Is that better? Any better? Check, check. Let's see if it shows up on here. Check, 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 check. Got some people drop off, but because I lost my sound. Okay, cool. Sorry, I turned the volume down. Let me know if it's too loud. Ethereum's recovering. Bitcoin's recovered at least. Okay. So let me go through. Did you guys hear any of that SEC stuff? So the SEC declared all these. They didn't declare. They said they accused all these coins of being securities, right? But with the Ethereum ETF coming out, that was one of them. Basically, it makes their case to call these securities much more difficult. And these are all the alleged securities from the SEC. So it should make it easier to apply for centralized exchanges, especially these guys. And if you don't think you should be declared as a security, you have to get a piece of paper, like a document that says that your token is not a security. So, all right, let's go to the audit process though, because I think this is interesting. So once you submit all this information, it goes to their team, and they basically review your information against this this criteria. So evaluation criteria. So they base it off of Article 3.9 in the policy. But basically, they want to determine you're a legit project. You have, your project has some goal it's working towards. It has like a business purpose or a purpose in crypto, and that you're actively marketing it to make sure that people are interested in buying it. Make sure there's some demand. You have a good community behind it as well, because they want. At the end of the day, they make money off of transactions. So they want people to buy and sell your token. So if there's no market for your token, they don't want you. And then obviously they got a bunch of delisting. So let's look through the delisting information. I think that's interesting. It kind of tells you what's important to centralized exchange. So if there's new regulatory standards, or if there's any compliance issues, obviously in your country, they would pull you, because they don't want to get attacked by the SEC or any other financial government body. If you get hacked, basically they're going to take you off. That makes plenty of sense. If the project goes defunct, you're no longer supporting it. If there's not enough volume, they'll take you off. Or if it looks like suspicious, the trading looks suspicious. Let's see, if you don't act in good faith, easy enough. Makes major changes in the team's product business model without notifying the exchange in advance. So like that's a lot of work. You need somebody. That's why I said you need, that's another reason why you need somebody managing your like marketing and your token, because like on the marketing side or sales side. And this role would probably be something like, I don't know, investor relations type person in a big company, something similar to that, or kind of the finance side. So you have to keep centralized exchanges updated. That's a whole, that's like part of a role in itself. Because anytime you make a big change, like say you pivot or add another technology, you'd probably want to check in with your centralized exchange and just let them know that, hey, we do, we could take OpenGP, for example. We're a, open computing network, but we're going to add a token standard. And you'd probably want to notify them of that. Any sort of legal and negative issues, right? So like if you're Terra Luna, and your project gets, arbitraged, or because your algorithm sucks, you probably get delisted. And if you're suspected to be doing any sort of malicious activity, right, like pyramid schemes or anything. So you could see how much work goes into not only getting approved for a centralized, and this is just one, right? This is just one centralized exchange. Imagine if you had, if you're trading on 3 to 5 centralized exchanges, you'd need a whole team or you need a team to manage just you need like one person, but you need somebody dedicated to marketing. So anyway, that's why big, like smaller projects, you do need to have someone focused on marketing. That's only a piece of it, right? So All right. All right. Let's see. We got any good news today? Oh, Robinhood acquires Bitstamp. Nothing too good. I'm surprised though that those jobless claims actually hit the market as unfavorable, because I thought some weak employment data would be good for. Doesn't look like it had too big of an effect though. Oh, still a little bearish pressure. Ooh, Ethereum does not like it at all. Ooh, I really thought we'd see a green day. All right. What else we got? I want to look at the Coinbase Smart Wallet. Have you guys heard about this? See you, Sam. So this was released, and I was thinking about maybe trying it out. So smart wallets live in your browser. No extensions or apps installs needed. Use passkeys for signing. So I assume you'd use the Coinbase passkey, which I haven't tried yet, but I probably should, with enterprise grade security without complex seed phrases. So it sounds like it's tied to your Coinbase account. Instead of having seed phrases, you would just recover it through your Coinbase account if you had to recover it. Let's see what they support. Do we know what chains they support? Base, Ethereum, Optimism, Arbitrum, Polygon, Avalanche, BNB, and Zora. So they got some of the big ones: BNB, Ethereum, Base. It's definitely usable. SDKs integrated by thousands of apps. Wonder how many. Yeah, because if they use the same, so if you could use the Coinbase wallet, if you use a smart wallet anywhere you can use the Coinbase wallet, then that makes easy integration. Well, interesting. Has anyone tried this? Yeah, I haven't tried it either. I might try it later today if I get some time. It sounds like an interesting concept, though. That's just another way for. This is another example of just like how powerful Coinbase is, man. They've got a lot of. They could just throw out some new technology and capture. Like, if this is easier, you can see people adopting it. As long as they trust. If you're not like a DeFi gen that degen, right? That wants to be separate from centralized entities, then this could be a product that could grab you if it makes it easier to connect wallets to chains. So yeah, lower ETH fees. I know. Well, I think that's what Base is, right? No, Base is a chain where they're trying to significantly lower fees. I think. Well, what are the base fees? The base fees are tiny. It's a lot faster than. Now, I haven't done a deep dive into Base, but here's a layer 2, right? So they've pretty much done that. Is it a layer 2? Let's look. I thought it was a layer 2. Yeah, it's layer 2. Is it? What is Base? No, it is layer 1. No, it's layer 2. Sorry, it's layer 2. Official. Built on Ethereum. Yeah, so it's super low cost, layer 2 Ethereum. And but yeah, no, you can't really, I don't know if you can really lower fees unless you build like layer 2. So maybe what you're saying, Alex, is if you put layer 2, like if you put Base somehow inside of the smart wallet, or integrate it in such a way that you can interact with Ethereum contracts at lower cost. Yeah, that's a great idea, and that'd be a great way to gain market share, because then people would be like, that'd be a no brainer. You get a lot more people to move over to it. So Anyway, I just wanted to be here for that jobless claims report. Looked at a couple other things that I'm interested in, but that's all I had for today. I'll take one last look at the market, see what we got. Maybe looks like we're reversing here. It'll be interesting to see what the market does when we open. And I'm going to keep, yeah, there we go. So just updated. We're still 30 basis points. That's what is that? 6 times? 6 times the average move of a day. And most days this thing moves like 0.1 to 0.01 to 0.02. Just because I'm curious what the yield curve looks like. As we start to see the yield curve move up, we start to that's when you got to start to get worried that a recession is coming. I wish I could make this bigger. Let's see if I can make this bigger. Yeah, so look what happens here. The 10 to 2-year spread. This is a big spread. So you see it increase, and then we get a recession, right? You see it start to rise up here in the 90s, late 90s. It was the early 90s. Yeah, early 90s, you get a recession. Here in the early 2000s, moves up, get the tech recession. Moves up again. Once we cross the zero line, have to start to get worried. And I think the recessions occur around like 0.6 to 1. That's when the recessions are usually called official. Now, usually they don't call recessions till a couple quarters after because they revise the GDPs down. So we're getting close, man. I don't think that we're going to see a 2025. The bull run extended to 2025 at this rate. Now we could have they start to top out or kind of level off, but once rates start decreasing because the treasury yields are moving down, so I'm going to start to look at exiting at least my initial investments on a lot of these things. So I would look at BTC dominance. So let's look at it real quick. I don't think it's moved over the past couple days, especially since yesterday when I looked at it. We can look at the daily. Yeah, we're still pretty flat. So we did get a nice little decrease there, but it's not running. It's not enough, right, to really enter alt season. So I've seen some alts moving. Let's see what Caspa did. Yeah, Caspa's correcting, kind of topped out there. That Fibby line at 0.19, but it's still got some upside. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next data we got. Let's see if we got any good data coming out tomorrow. Unemployment rate, that's big. Actually, that could really move the markets. Unemployment rate's huge. Especially if we start to see like a 4.0 here, 4%. So maybe I'll jump on real quick tomorrow and we can watch that live, see what it does to markets. But thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you next time. Yeah, Powell to the. Well, that's the thing. So Alex on the Powell side, on the Fed side, they're going to do everything they can to prevent the markets from crashing, but they've only got so much power, and the momentum is already in the direction of the economy crashing. And history shows that they try, but they can't save it. Pretty much the only thing you can do is print money. So they could try by printing money, and that would create a whole bunch. That would change the outcome, at least short term. But long term, it's the business cycle runs it, and the Fed just. The business cycle decides what's going to happen, and the Fed just, they're kind of like a reactionary force. So, I hope it doesn't crash. I hope we continue this rally in 2025. But we'll see what happens. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.